As you know, there's a small deluge of running gear arriving now at the studio, or maybe large, it should be described, a waterfall of running gear, and I'm grateful. But there are categories of running gear that I am not, as a runner, that I'm not willing to skimp on. I'm not willing to cut corners on, okay? And this list could have been 4, 5, 6, 7 categories deep. I kept it to 3, and then I'm gonna give a bonus, and then I'm gonna give a fourth, or I guess it'd be a 5th category that, came so close to making the top 3. But I'm gonna keep it to 3 because we'd be here all day, all right? And question of the day, what piece of running gear or running gear category are you willing to pay extra for? That's another way to think about this. Like, there's so many ways to save money in this world, but there's also so many ways to spend a little extra. And as runners, when we want a little extra, maybe it's comfort, maybe it's joy in your training because of the gear, maybe it's convenience or time saver, okay? All these different ways that you're like, you know what? That's worth it. I'm gonna pay extra for that, all right? And again, this list for me could have been, deep, all right? But we're gonna start with, oh my goodness, all right, the shades. It's the shades. Especially because of my bad left eye, I just have to take care of my eyeballs. So sunglasses are high up on the list for me. My favorite company right now, and it's been my favorite company for the last 18 months, is Smith. It's the optics. I know they're expensive, but that's why we're talking about this today. I'm willing to shell out a little extra money because of the optics. The clarity that I see on the roads, but more importantly on the trails, is second to none, okay? All right, so Smith, Rudy Project, okay? Now, I realize the sunglasses category is vast. You can buy sunglasses for the rest of your life and you won't test all the sunglasses. But from what I have found, Smith, Rudy Project, and now a newcomer that I'm just shocked, but they're sending me glasses, and I'm telling you what, they've moved up the ranks, and I have a lot of sunglasses, is Adidas, all right? Adidas. I say Adidas for all the Europeans over there. So these guys just came in, but I've also tested other Adidas sunglasses recently, and I love them. So, and last but not least, of course, the Dynafit goggles that I wear in the wintertime for my eye because I have a bad eye. There you go, from Dynafit. All right, so sunglasses is my favorite is my first category that I'm just not willing to wear at this point in life. Sunglasses that don't protect the eyes and that don't have great optics. And what I mean by that is depth perception, especially when I'm bombing down 14,000 foot mountains as fast as possible, and I don't want to trip and fall, if you know what I mean. So, all right, so there you go, Smith. Let me just put these back. These are so nice that I like to keep them in their little sleeping bag that they sent along with the box. All right, there you go. Okay, category number 2, recovery. You know it's coming. All right, and this was a tough one, but I was like, recovery it's not everything in running, but it's everything in running. You guys know, if you're not recovering well from your hard workouts, 10 by 1 mile repeats on the track a couple days ago, I am barking right now. Compress Sport, compression sleeves, okay? This is my favorite company by far. And I've tested Zenza. Am I saying it right? 2XU. I think those are companies out of Australia. But Compress Sports, and there's the screen on your screen right now where these are from. I love them. I'm wearing them right now, and I'll get you a shot. I live in these when my existence is in question, meaning what am I doing to my legs, and I need to recover from this mile repeat. I'm in a lot of pain right now, and I just have to try and, so it's all science. It's drawing blood down from the heart, as fast as possible to try and recover a little bit faster. That's the whole idea behind the science of compression sleeves. So from what I've tested over the last 4, 5, 6 years, Compress Sport is my favorite. And by the way, I will link to all of this gear down below in the description. Okay, so Compress Sports, and last but not least, you're gonna laugh. Laugh. Start laughing now. Laugh down in the comments. Laugh away. You're like, what do you mean this is your last category that you are in love with as far as a category of running gear that I am not willing to skimp on? I'm not willing to cut corners on. And you're like, it's such a simple category. Why don't you just go wear your white cotton socks? No, I will not. I will not wear white cotton socks. After testing running shoes for so long now, and after running ultra marathons and road marathons, the cohesiveness of being united from your feet. And my grandmother, love you, Grammy, she always told me, like, we've got to take care of our feet. Why? And she's probably watching this right now. Why? Because our feet are the foundation of our bodies. If you don't take care of your feet, a lot of issues are going to pop up. You got to take care of your feet. So I always remember that. Socks. It's not shoes, and I know we'll talk about shoes another time. Socks, socks, socks. Running socks are critical, okay? I'm telling you, you niche down and you find the sock that works for the mile repeats. You find the sock that works for the 50K, in Spain. You find the socks that work for humidity in Florida. You find the socks and you just get it dialed in. So, okay, here we go. Back to compress sport. Again, I'm just, see these little bubbles? Little bubbles, it's cloth, but it helps so much for these are the socks I wore to win the first Pikes Peak Marathon, all right? Because I just wanted a little extra padding on the bottom, all right? Compressed sport socks in Silence out of Germany. My favorite summer running socks. Thin, comfortable, easy to put on, easy to take off. In Silence, thank you so much for sending. And actually, a fresh batch is on the way. I've heard from Germany, and I'm not afraid to say it. DeMoor, come on now. These are my go-to racing socks. A little extra padding compared to In Silence, but I've been wearing these for the last 18 months with respect to race day, marathon, Pikes Peak, whatever it might be. Maybe I'm a little biased, but they are at the top of my list for top 3 socks out there, and made in America. Pretty cool. So those are my 3 categories. Once again, sunglasses, compression gear, meaning calf sleeves, and then socks. Now, bonus category, the watch. I am a simple guy. I like to keep things simple. I don't like to waste time. You guys know that. On technology, I've never had an issue with Garmin syncing with Strava. I love to communicate with all of you through Strava. I love to see where you're running around the world, to look at your maps, look at your photos. But when my watch does not sync with Strava, we got an issue. I do not like that. And so I literally, this watch I've been using for 2 years, it's never not synced with Strava. I will just, every other watch company you can think of, all of them, I've had issue. I've tested them all. Okay, I've tested 4 others, and I've always had issues with syncing with Strava, and I don't like that. So that's my bonus category. I'm willing to spend a little extra money on a watch that accommodates my needs. All right, and last but not least, the category the 5th one that almost made the top 3. Really, that almost made is shorts, running shorts. So important, comfortable shorts that make sense and that are not down to my knees. I'm not a basketball player. I know a lot of runners out there wear these shorts that are down to their knees. I'm not one of those runners. I'm very particular about my running shorts. All right, so running gear is firing up. I will list all this gear down below in the description in case you're interested in picking some up. And shades, compression, and socks. Who would have thunked it? But these little things, these little niche gear items can make such a difference in your 100-miler, in your 10 by 1 mile workout. It's like when something goes off by 1%, 3%, 5% in your workout because of an item of gear just doesn't perform well or is a little uncomfortable, it can throw things off in a big way. So that's what we're stressing today. in the vlog. All right, we'll toss it to another gear discussion vlog right there. Thanks for tuning in. Onward and upward, and no comment of the day today. Actually, should we pull? Here we go. I found one. Dominic Sue 4419 Oakley glasses for me paired with transition lenses because of presbyopia. I need to wear glasses even running, especially trail running, because only my left eye has the problem, but right eye is normal. So without glasses, my sense of distance can be affected. Dominic, very interesting. Thanks for sharing about your favorite. I believe this is your favorite gear that you run with, Oakley. Speaking of sunglasses, so thanks for sharing there, Dominic. All right, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other.